Good evening, everyone. Right now, it's 9:06. Campsite. Have fun. Speedrunning. Speedrun Animal Crossing. Let's... I should as a joke. I mean, I know we'll never be... I think my fastest day was 4 minutes. And I know we'll never beat that. But, fastest day, 4 minutes, not bad. I think it was 4 minutes, because we found, like, all the fossils one after another. We just found everything so quick. Okay, I have to remember that's up there. We'll come back for that later. It's not snowing today, even though in real life it is supposed to snow tonight. So that'll be fun. It's supposed to snow tonight, and then it won't get above 30 for the rest of the week. 0 for all you Celsius people. I think that's kind of agreed upon nowadays that like that Fahrenheit actually isn't like a bad measurement. Like most like the foot, the mile, that makes no sense totally. But Fahrenheit actually is a pretty good measurement when you think about it. Like, cuz Celsius is for water, but humans aren't water. We're meat. And Fahrenheit is for meat. So yeah, Fahrenheit actually makes perfect sense. Especially for like cooking and, you know, measuring like human body temperatures. Whereas I guess Celsius is probably a better use for like the weather. Because, you know, you look outside, if it's like cold enough to freeze water, then yeah, that should be Celsius. Or boiling is at 100. I guess it makes sense, but no, for the most part, especially when like cooking meat and whatnot and measuring like human temperature, I think Fahrenheit's pretty good at what it does. I don't know, it's a little complicated, but I think out of all the metric units, Fahrenheit's like the one good one. I guess. And then there's Kelvin. Kelvin. Which takes whatever the temperature in Celsius and subtracts 256? It's whatever Kelvin 0 is, or yeah, Kelvin 0 is absolute 0, which is taken down from, and then yeah, like 256 is like the point water freezes. I think it's 256. I don't honestly remember Kelvin. It's been... I was in high school the last time I had to study Kelvin. So it's been a while. Because I did not take a college chemistry course. I took a geography course. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty interesting. Geography is pretty interesting. I had a really nice piece of Nice. Really just like the great lining and everything. And I lost it. It was a nice piece of Nice though. Like really like it showed this the strata. I'm forgetting the word for it. Again, that was also a very long time ago. Oh, is it negative 273? God damn it. I was close. I was close with 256. I was close. Why the fuck am I talking about Kelvin again? Oh, it's supposed to snow tonight. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow night. It's supposed to snow at some point, and I don't expect it to be bad at, like, all. Like, if it was snowing the end, if it was going, like, to 0 tomorrow, and then it was like that for the rest of the week, and then it was snowing on Friday, it'd be bad. But nah, snowing tomorrow, and then just going below 0 for the rest of the week. Nah, that's not gonna be bad at all. I mean, it'll be cold. But I've dealt with cold before. Why is it negative 273.15? The point 15 is weird. Freaking Kelvin. Boom. There we go. There's all the fossils. Speed running. We're at 8 minutes. I guess we can call it there. Time. No, we have so much more to do. I should actually try to speed run it one day. I could have done it today. Oh. Mallory. You're no Webby. I've been watching DuckTales. I've seen it already before, but it's so good. I was like, yeah, I'll watch it again easily. DuckTales is so good. It's so fun. It's such a funny show. It does take a while to get into its own, and there are some things where I'm like, I swear that happens in the first season, but no, it doesn't happen until like, I guess the second season, because I'm almost done with the first season. And it's still like, the owl, whose name I don't remember. Is it Owlson? Glomgold's assistant. Hasn't shown up once. And, like, I know she, like, eventually, like, quits and becomes, like, the mayor or whatever. But I thought she would have at least shown up by now. Nope, nothing. Maybe she starts off as Mark Beek's assistant, now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't know. I would have expected her to have shown up already, and she hasn't. And there's like a few other moments like that where I'm like, oh, I thought this happened by this point already. But it's really good. Again, it doesn't start off the strongest, but it gets there eventually. And once it does, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. DuckTales. So we actually have a bunch of news to talk about today. Like, a stupid amount. Ooh. I have no idea what that was. Oh, it's a stupid book. Okay. First off, I guess I should start in the order I saw them today. So, the first one was that, Team 17, who I think publishes a bunch of different games. I can't exactly remember what Team 17 publishes, if you give me a second. I know they do Worms, the Worm series. But I should figure out what else does Team 17 publish. Oops. We said Team 15. That was a typo. I thought they do Overcooked. I knew they did Overcooked, and I knew they did Worms. But as it turns out, they're going to be making a series of NFTs. Because if it isn't clear by this point, all these corporations and all these rich people are just trying to cash in to make a free buck by using the NFT pyramid scheme to hopefully, like, to get a stupid amount of money off of people. And nobody wants it, but the corporations want to make as much money as possible. That's why, even though Ubisoft's NFT experiment in Ghost Recon was considered a failure, right? Like, nobody was buying the Ubisoft NFTs. It was really hard to even get the Ubisoft NFTs in the first place. But nobody's buying them. Nobody gives a shit. They're a failure. Ubisoft is still going to push forward with NFTs because it's an easy way to make a bunch of money. Again, they're pyramid schemes. And all you got to do is convince one whale to get into it, and people will buy it. So Team 17, who again did Overcooked, they did Worms, they did other stuff. I'm sure there's some other good stuff in there, probably. I don't know. They've decided to cash in their credibility and be like, oh, we're going to make some Worms NFTs. Do they actually, like, how much is the developer? Because I don't think they're the developer of Worms. I think they're the publisher. How much are, like, the people on the ground developing the games involved in this? Probably little to nothing. Realistic, like, based on the second news story, where the developers knew nothing about the acquisition, and that's in the second one, and, like, most of the people on the ground working on the games knew nothing, that, like, they found out the same time the news articles broke. I'm gonna presume, again, with little to no evidence, that they also knew nothing. I think this is real. Maybe the other one's real as well, but I think this is real. That doesn't have eyebrows. Because I see the earring on the other one, and I think the earring means it's real. Maybe the earring means it's fake. I don't remember. We'll find out the hard way. But, yeah, so Team 17 has cashed in their credibility to make these Worms NFTs. And, of course, they immediately got backlash. Because nobody wants this. Nobody asked for this. But, you know, anything to make a quick buck. Capitalism always needs new stuff for sale. And that's exactly what happens with these Worm NFTs. And that's exactly where we're going. So, yeah. And again, Square Enix. Square Enix has actually earned a lot of credibility in recent years. Right? They've been, even when all these other game companies have gone to shit, Square Enix has actually been making some pretty good stuff. Again, people like Final Fantasy, 14, like, right, it took them a while, but no, people nowadays like Final Fantasy 14. Sure, did they lose some credibility with that Avengers game? Yeah. Have there been some other things that were terrible? Yes. But Square Enix wants to go full on board with NFTs. Fuck that. Ubisoft, same thing. But we already knew Ubisoft was a shitty company. Konami. It's only a matter of time until Konami announces NFTs. Fuck. No, they already did. Nope. Konami actually already did. Because fuck Konami News. They announced them for Castlevania's 35th anniversary. Yep, that's it. So yeah, Konami's already done it. I know Atari, you know, remember that mummified corpse of a game studio that was trying to make one micro console and didn't? Because instead they wanted to make a new modern gen console because Atari wants to be relevant, but nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, they're making loot box NFTs, which if we ever get regulation on NFTs and loot boxes, specifically on loot boxes, it's going to come from something like this. Because the whole argument that these corporations made in favor of loot boxes was that, yeah, you're buying these things that are gambling, but they're not actually gambling because there's no monetary value. You're not actually making any money off of them. But if you do loot box NFTs, NFTs inherently have a value attached to them. So that means, in theory, you're paying for these loot boxes to get a random item that you can then resell for a monetary value. That becomes loot boxes. That's literally... That takes loot boxes and makes it into gambling. Oh, look. Are you Quinn? Yeah, you're Quinn. Huh. So yeah, we're literally at loot box NFTs that are gambling. I know Devolver Digital made the joke years ago with loot box cryptocurrency. But still, okay, nobody's interested in this here. But yeah, this is pretty bad, and if regulation's gonna come out of anything, I don't think it's gonna come for Atari, but it's gonna come for somebody. Somebody else, a Ubisoft, an EA, is gonna do this, Squeenix even. They're gonna make loot box NFTs, and that's it. That's regulation right there. Because then it's literally gambling. NFTs are the worst fucking thing. To think we destroyed the world over a bunch of stupid pictures of fucking ugly-ass monkeys. Like, for 100th of the price, I could I could commission an artist to make something 1,000 times better. Oh my god. But no, these stupid fucking monkeys. And it's all just as a pyramid scheme to make rich people richer. Because won't somebody think of the millionaires? They don't have billions of dollars. They only have millions of dollars. Like Jimmy Fallon. That Jimmy Fallon clip of him doing the NFTs is one of the worst things ever. Like, seriously, it's just so bad. Ugh, God. Fucking NFTs. And trying to get non-NFT people to care is also just terrible. But yeah, so that's our first big news story. But yeah, God, I hope, hey Nintendo, can you please just buy Konami? I know Nintendo would actually, like, honor the IP, or at least I like to hope. Either that or Microsoft would. Ah, God, come on. I want Nintendo to have it, but that's because I'm biased towards Nintendo. Can somebody please just buy fucking Konami now? Like, we just got a $70 billion deal for Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard. Somebody needs to fucking buy Konami. Because they fucking suck. And getting their IP in good hands, that is beloved IPs like Silent Hill and Castlevania, that, people could actually make good games of. Oh, that'd be wonderful. But nope, fucking Konami only cares about pachinko machines, and now they're only going to care about NFTs. So, with talking acquisitions, that's a horribly rusty segue into, Sony has bought Bungie. Right, back in the day, Bungie escaped from under the thumb of Microsoft to become their independent studio. And then they got put under the thumb of Activision Blizzard, where they made the first Destiny game. And then in, 2019, I think it was 2019, they escaped under the thumb of Activision Blizzard. And now they have officially been bought by Sony. For, I want to say $7 billion. It's some ridiculous number like that. Of course, not nearly as much as... Like, if you told me Microsoft had rebought Bungie for $7 billion instead of their whole Activision Blizzard thing, I would have been like, yeah, okay, I could see that. And yeah, saying, again, the Microsoft thing I totally see as like, oh yeah, this is monopoly. This is like someone taking way more than they should. I kind of thought the same thing about them buying Bethesda. Bungie is a much smaller studio. I don't know anybody who actually likes Destiny. I know people who play Destiny. I don't know anybody who fucking likes it. It's kind of like League of Legends. I know people who play League of Legends. I don't know anybody who actually likes League of Legends. People just play it to play it. Right? Like, at least when I'm playing Fall Guys, I'm having fun. Not 100% of the time, but, a good, 80% ratio isn't bad. Like, at least when I'm playing Fall Guys, I don't feel like I'm working a second job. At least Fall Guys is fun. Whereas, from all my understanding of a lot of these games, it's like working a second job. If you want to be good at these games, you gotta dedicate your life to it. Again, make war, not Warcraft. And yeah, that's what I hear about Destiny, is in that game, because games want to become live services that are just filled with grinding to again encourage you to get microtransactions, and if you don't, then they're a second job. Even if you do, they're kind of still second jobs. That sounds fucking miserable. But again, there are people who play Destiny. Admittedly, I haven't heard much about it in the past, year-ish. I feel like people have kind of stopped talking about it recently. But for a while, it was the talk of the town, to say the least, that Destiny. And Destiny 2 especially. But again, I stopped. I never played Destiny. I remember watching the Salt Raid. The Salt Raid was really funny for the Destiny 2. The beginning and the end were good. The middle parts were boring. But the beginning and the end of the Salt Raid, classic stuff. And then, I know I Hate Everything did, a series of, 1-hour analysis videos on Destiny and all of its campaigns. And those videos were actually pretty good. That's, that was, at the time, his one form of long-form content. And again, me, I like listening to a video essay while I play some video games. Love it. So yeah, I was fine with... So yeah, I liked those videos, even though I'd never played Destiny. Yeah, that's where we are now. Sony owes Bungie. Are they just going to continue making, Destiny? Are they going to make Destiny 3 and just keep that game going on forever? Specifically on the PS5? I don't know. Will they just keep supporting Destiny 2 forever? I don't know. Again, whenever I think of, like, oh, well, these games are meant to, like, whenever a company says, like, oh, we have a roadmap, this game is gonna last 10 years. It's almost always not true. Destiny 2 is one of the few exceptions. The original Destiny wasn't. The original Destiny gave up after, like, a year or two. I think it had 3 pieces of DLC, and that was it. Destiny 2, however, is still going. Like, it got a new piece of DLC, like November of last year. It wasn't that long ago at all. It might have been earlier than that, but it wasn't... Again, I haven't kept up on the game in forever, because I've never played it. I think it's free. I think it went free to play at some point. After they got out of the thumb of Activision. But yeah, so that's a thing. We're going to sell those. Oh, we got a tree house? A tree's bounty big tree. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, I don't know what Bungie's going to do under Power Stone. Oh. You know, you could have waited for at least a few more seconds for me to pick up the stupid Power Stone. Which doesn't even look like a Power Stone. It's like a crystal ball. I thought there was an item called Crystal Ball. Guess not. Okay, we're gonna sell the rest of this stuff. Except for this. But yeah, yeah, whatever Bungie does is whatever Bungie does, you know? Again, I technically, I should be invested because I do have a PS5, but I kind of also don't care about Bungie because, again, I didn't want to work the second job that was Destiny. I love how, because we placed this orb in the middle, he's just stuck there in the foyer. But yeah, so the third news story is that, is his name Josh Wardle? Josh? I think his name's Josh. The guy who created Wordle. The guy who created Wordle has officially sold Wordle to the New York Times for, I want to say... So we don't know the exact number, actually, but we know it's at least 7 figures. So it's at least over $1 million. And you know what? Good for him. I said that I'm happy for these indie developers who get success, right? Usually it does come back to bite us in the ass. Notch, Scott Cawthon. Third example that I'm sure exists, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't want to use, the guy who made Fez, even though I know that's an obvious one. I feel like that's a cheap shot. Phil Fish. I think Phil Fish made Fez. Again, that's a cheap shot, even though that's another obvious answer. What's the latest, Sasha? But yeah, so maybe this one day will come back to bite us in the ass. But for the moment, I can celebrate his success. Right, because he originally, I want to say, if I remember the story correctly, he originally made the game for, like, his wife or something like that. Just for something for her to do every day. And then it just blew up and became what it is now. Which is huge. And, again, I do play, I finally had to join the cult of Wordle. I did, as well as, specifically because of Gary Whitta's Loodle, which that's the one I post on Twitter every day. Every day I post my Loodle. I've been doing okay. One day I'm gonna get it in one. One day I'm gonna get it on the first try. Hasn't happened yet, but one day I will. I'd rather have gold. But yeah, so yeah, selling the game, that's good. It's selling to the New York Times. I know people talk about like the games in the New York Times or the New York Times crossword puzzle or whatever. I know there is a certain reputation there, and I think he even admitted that it was kind of inspired by the New York Times. So I guess I kind of get it. The one thing I will say though is in the post about the New York Times buying Wordle, they say that for the moment, it will initially remain free and accessible. Initially. That's your key word right there. So eventually, Wordle might be something you have to pay for. Or you have to pay money to the New York Times to play. That would fucking suck. That ruins it right there. That's the death, just straight up. I mean, like, this is a big enough thing that this might kill Wordle. Just the idea of it being sold to the New York Times might be enough to kill it. Just inherently. But, you know, again, he secured the bag. Good for him. I hope he goes on to do great things and just enjoy a happy life with his family and not worry about politics, not worry about being in the public sphere of influence. You know, just enjoy your life. You got the bag. You can now rest easy. But, yeah, so that part about, like, initially it's going to remain free, that will come back to bite us in the ass. Eventually, that's going to kill it. If not, again, the backlash might change it. But for the moment, it's going to stay the same. I'm sure some things will change. Because, you know, they always do, but... And I think he's even talking about, like, on the current version or whatever, when he gives the stuff over to the New York Times, he wants people's, like, score streaks and whatnot to remain. So that way, like, if you have a streak of... Theoretically, if you've got it every day since it came... Since, like, you know... I think it's, 200-something days? If you have, like, I don't know, let's say theoretically I have a streak of 200. Boom, there you go. I don't know if... Again, I don't know if anyone's actually been playing it that long. But if it happens, you know. Again, cross-platform play is cool. Imperial low table. Do I have the official statement? I can't pull it up on stream, but I think I might have it somewhere. I think I might have saved it on Twitter. I know I saved the post from... I think I saved the post from Jason Schreier talking about it. Let's see here. Oh, shit. Did I drop... Give me a second. I think I just dropped something. Oh, boom. I didn't actually... I did, but it didn't fall too far. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wait, have you been chatting in this whole time? Oh my gosh, the chat hasn't been updating for me. I just, all of a sudden, I got all these chat messages. From Fun Gamer Binary. Oh my gosh. I didn't see any of this. Oh my gosh, why was the chat not updating? What? The chat wasn't updating. Okay, give me a second here. I'm trying to pull this up. So we know Sasha's in their house. Oh, hey, Balbert. There's the person I was looking for. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen any of the chat messages. Oh my gosh. It wasn't updating. Oh, that's so strange. Pfft. Love that catchphrase. Okay, let's give Bobbert a gift. I'm trying to get into Twitter. Oh god, why is Ted Cruz trending? Oh good, I have Twitter muted. That saves me time. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see here. I think I know where to find the official statement. You gotta give me a second. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Pfizer is asking the FDA to approve the vaccine for children from 6 months to 4 years. Oh, that might be good. Okay, here we go. Can I show this? Give me a second. Let me. Oh, ooh. All right, let me see if I can fix this. Oh my gosh, this is huge. I hadn't actually tried this yet. Okay, now if I do that and I open this up, so this comes from Josh Wardle, and it's an update on Wordle. Since launching Wordle, I've been in awe of the response from everyone that has played the game. The game has gotten bigger than I ever imagined, which I suppose isn't that much of a feat given I made the game for an audience of one. Again, I think that was his wife. I don't remember the exact details. It's something like that, though. It has been incredible to watch the game bring so much joy to so many, and I feel grateful for the personal stories some of you have shared with me, from Wordle uniting distant family members to provoking friendly rivalries to supporting medical recoveries. On the flip side, I'd be lying if I said it hasn't been a little overwhelming. After all, I am one person, and it is important to me. As Wordle grows, it continues to provide a great experience to everyone. Given this, I am incredibly pleased to announce that I've reached an agreement with the New York Times for them to take over running Wordle going forward. If you had followed along with the story of Wordle, you'll know that New York Times games play a big part in its origin, and so this step feels very natural to me. I've long admired the New York Times approach to their games, and the respect with which their players, their values, are aligned with mine on these matters. I'm thrilled that they will steward the game moving forward. When the game moves to the New York Times site, it will be free to play for everyone, and I'm working with them to make sure the win streaks will be preserved. Thank you all for playing and making Wordle an unforgettable experience. Again, he says when it moves over, it'll be free to play for everyone. The New York Times, in their official statement, said initially. So that might change at some point. But for the moment, that's what they're saying, right? That it will be free, but that might change. Again, the obvious thing is that they're going to run ads on it, because I know a lot of people were ripping off Wordle, and like there are apps that people have used that are basically just ripoffs of Wordle. Oh, we got the tree bounty. Okay. But yeah, so that's a thing, and I do like all those ripoffs, because I don't think he runs ads on it or anything. But yeah, again, he made seven figures. So that's at least $1 million, if not more. And good for him. Secure the bag. Okay, the other thing I wanted to look at, do I have it in here? New York Times buys Wordle. Okay, so this is the studio Agrocrag, which was making a game for Team 17, Subway Midnight, or they were working with Team 17. There's some sort of connection there. And we at Agrocrag condemn Team 17's decision to produce and engage with NFTs. We believe NFTs cannot be environmentally friendly or useful, or really just are overall a fucking grift. Which, as part of Team 17's initial statement about this, they said that, hey, our NFTs for worms will be environmentally friendly. I know there are ways to make NFTs less environmentally harmful, specifically by instead of having blockchain backed NFTs, they're peer backed, which help reduce on gas fees or whatever. Still fucking buying these things with cryptocurrency, which cryptocurrency also uses up a bunch of electricity. But please do not harass employees at Team 17 or the devs under their umbrella, as this decision seems to have taken everyone off guard and likely came from the very top. So this is right what I was saying. Maybe the developers didn't even know about this. I know with the Bungie, when Activision Blizzard announced, or when Sony announced they were buying Bungie, a bunch of staff at Bungie didn't know. And when they found out in like a Zoom call this at the same time the announcement was going live. So it happened at like the same time. So yeah, that's totally possible in this situation. Needless to say, we will not be working with them on farther titles and encouraging other indie developers to do the same until this decision is reversed. I fucking hate it here. Nick and Callan. From, Aggro Crack. Again, I'm assuming they have some sort of connection. I don't know the entire details, obviously. But of everything that came out of the Team 17 Worms thing, that, I think, is the best statement. So, I guess, in the new Pokemon game, someone figured out how to basically grind shiny Pokemon. Right? Basically, if you want, like, to get, like, if you come across a certain thing, and there's, like, a shiny Pokemon you want, there's basically an almost guaranteed way to get a shiny Pokemon now. It's something to do with how this game works and how it deals with, what are they called? Outbreaks? I honestly am not far enough in the game to know what an outbreak is. So I couldn't even tell you, but I guess there's some sort of way to do infinite shiny hunting. I couldn't tell you the details. I haven't even tested it to know how it works. I don't even know if it does work. But that is interesting. If, like, we found a way to get infinite shinies. Because over the past few days, everyone on my Twitter has been getting shinies. Everyone who's playing the game who I follow on Twitter has gotten between, like, 1 and, like, 5 shinies. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with nothing. I've gotten nothing so far. But yeah, there's this thing you can probably find it on Twitter. But there is this way to get infinite shinies or whatever. And you still have to find them, but there's like these outbreak events, and I guess they have increased shiny odds. I don't know all the details, but yeah, people are kind of like getting the rare raids in Sword and Shield, where if you just like soft reset the game as you're throwing in the stone piece, you can basically guarantee, as long as you keep soft resetting, you can basically guarantee a rare raid. Yeah, same here. You can basically guarantee, I guess, a shiny. But it might take like 100 soft resets or whatever, but it will eventually work. I don't know all the details. I don't know entirely how this works, but I think it's very interesting. I haven't tested it, or again, I don't even think I've gotten far enough into the game to find out what outbreaks are. So I couldn't even tell you. But I just think that's interesting. And yeah, I think that's all the news I got. Those were the 4 news stories I had today. And yes, that last one was actually I didn't write it down, but that last one was actually a news story that I did see. And everyone's talking about it because everyone's getting shinies. Admittedly, I don't think everyone's abusing this like the way it is. Like, but I just see so many people on Twitter getting shinies and I don't have one. Sad face. Well, no, I don't have one. There is the one thing, but spoilers. Yeah, that's where we're gonna end off. Today was gonna be a shorter day regardless. I'm so tired. I've been up all day. It's been a busy day. And I've been chatting, and I've been old man yells at NFTs for the past 45 minutes. I saw a joke about the blockchain today that I thought was really funny. Like talking about like destroying the blockchain. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, whatever. That's where we're gonna end off. Tomorrow, I don't know. We'll come back. We'll do things, I'm sure. Did I check turnip prices? Fuck, who cares? I don't think I did. Oh, but I didn't check the computer either. Fuck, do I really want to jump back in just to check the computer again? You know what? I will. Fuck. I think this is the first time this has happened in a while. Where I've just jumped back into the game after going to end off. Because I am tired. I want to go to bed. I want to hit the train to Sleepy Time Junction, but no. I gotta do my stupid Animal Crossing bullshit. Honestly, I did consider not doing Animal Crossing today. I was, like, genuinely considering it. Up until, like, I don't know, we sat down to do it. Honestly, Mondays just aren't a good day for Animal Crossing for me. I'm just so busy. We'll hit the computer first, then we'll hit the store, and then we'll end off again. Because I don't even think I have my turnips opened. I gotta freaking open my turnips. Alright, nothing there. Oh, I don't think we have this one. Oh, you know what else I was wondering? I was thinking, like, with all these studio acquisitions, and again, they're just going to keep happening. They're just, like, all these studio acquisitions, the one interesting thing is that they're mostly all American studios. Right? Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, now Bungie, they're all American studios. I'm surprised no Japanese studios have been bought up. I mean, there are things that kind of asterisk, but it's like, oh, when is someone going to come for Capcom or Squeenix? Like, we know Microsoft wants to be in the Asian market, because they have, like, no popularity whatsoever. So it would make sense for Microsoft to try to get a foothold by buying someone like Squeenix, even though that sounds like a dreadful idea, personally. It really does sound like a dreadful idea. Microsoft buying Squeenix, or Capcom, or Konami, right? I could see them doing any of it. Obviously not Sony, obviously not Nintendo. You know, the fact that Nintendo laughed in Microsoft's face the last time they tried to buy them, that ain't gonna happen again. And while, yeah, Sony's taken some big losses because of Microsoft buyouts, it's nothing, you know, they can still recover from it. A lot of people are acting like these buyouts are the death of Sony. They're not. Sony's first party alone is, I don't think it's as strong as Nintendo. Like, Nintendo can support itself off of the first party alone. The console needs to be good, mind you, but if the console's good, the games will be there. Sony, on the other hand, I don't think they're there yet, but they're getting close. They've got, like, games like God of War, Spider-Man, and, the other one are more than enough. But yeah, nobody's coming after, other companies. And that was making me think, like, what if Nintendo goes after, like, Bandai Namco? Because Nintendo's worked a lot with Bandai Namco. It would make sense for them to, like, maybe try to go after them. But then I was like, wait a second, does Bandai Namco publish... does Bandai Namco own From Software? Because I swear they publish the Dark Souls games. Looking at my box of Dark Souls, it has Bandai Namco on the box. But I think they're just the publishers. I don't think they own From Software. I think they just publish the games. But wouldn't that be wild if all of a sudden Nintendo had access to Dark Souls? Like, they were the ones they had the exclusive publishing rights to Dark Souls. Wouldn't that be wild? It'd be like if they had the publishing rights to Bayonetta 3. Oh, wait, I meant to say Bayonetta 2 and 3, either way works. Honestly, I can also see Nintendo buying a Platinum. I could see Microsoft trying to buy a Platinum. Again, Microsoft wants that hold in the Asian market. And I think these again, this Bungie deal was in the works long before this Activision deal was made public. right? Sony buying Bungie is not in response to Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. Both these deals have been in the works for a while now. But again, much like I said after Microsoft bought Bethesda, I could see companies starting to move to try to consolidate power because, these are some serious money moves. This is big money here. Not U.S. defense budget, but still pretty big deals. Fuck the U.S. military's budget. Like, gosh, dang. We could put 1% of the U.S. military's budget and have universal health care. 1% of the U.S. military's budget, and we could end homelessness. 1% of the U.S. military's budget, and we could end hunger in the United States. But nope, we gotta prepare for war with Russia and Ukraine. So now we're putting even more money into the military. Fuck the U.S. military budget. Fuck, war with Russia over Ukraine. Fuck. Somebody already said it. We're speed running the 20th century. We've had recessions. We've had our Great Depressions. Now we're going into our World Wars. We have our disease. We're speed running in the 20th century. Yep. We fucked around, and now we're finding out. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.